Hello, everyone. Good evening from Lithuania. We have 9 o'clock in the evening right now, so that it has been a long day. So I'm going to share my research, my colleagues Vilma Bijeikiene's research on language teacher preparedness, preparation, readiness to embrace plurilingual approaches in multilingual classrooms of higher education. And now, the landscapes of higher education have been changing all over the world. Universities are becoming multilingual, multicultural spaces. Students are moving from one institution to another. Teachers are going on mobility programs. We have high levels of immigration growing, and we have to deal with this. We have to make the universities inclusive space for all people speaking different languages, for all students coming from different cultures, because the sustainability of internationalization is our goal. We want to live in this huge community with learn from each other and ensure that the people who come to study or work at our institutions really receive are welcomed. Research and life practice shows that teachers have to develop a multicultural ethos in their classrooms, and plurilingual approaches have been recognized as the ones that are useful and beneficial and indispensable in this area, because they value all languages and language varieties that the students possess, and they use those language varieties, those languages as a resource, a learning resource. Another thing is that the time has come to change the teaching of languages. The paradigm shift from monolingual to plurilingual, pluricultural education is needed. Lithuania is that small country near the Baltic Sea, and we have been a small monolingual country for many years with 80% of Lithuanian students, but the number of foreigners started emigrating, as in all countries, started coming in together with the number of international students. If you look at the numbers, 20 years ago, we had only 700 students at our higher education institutions. Now, last year, we had 10,000 students. Our university, Macanskiene University, now has the 20% of the international community, including teachers and students. And the teachers are faced with these challenges. Are they prepared to work in multilingual, multicultural learning space? Have they received adequate training or continuous competence development? Are they really prepared for that? Are they supported financially with other resources, with textbooks, with certain hours devoted for individual consultations? Are they encouraged to change their teaching methodology and to create this multicultural, multilingual ethos that includes all people? And are they willing to do that? So the language policy that has from the European Union, as we are part of the European Union, we have been since for 20 years already. So European Union language policy recognizes multilingualism as an asset, and it's enshrined in one of the EU foundation principles, that unity in diversity, and our Charter of Fundamental Rights speaks about the right of every individual to speak their languages, and we have 24 official languages where people can address all European institutions in their own languages. The objective of EU is to learn two languages apart from your home language has been implemented for, again, for more than 20 years already. However, EU acts on the principle of subsidiarity. Each member state has its own language policy, not only language policy, any other policy. So recommendations are not requirements, and everything depends on the government. Everything depends on the language policy that is accepted and confirmed in the government of the country, at the university, at the school level. The Lithuanian law on state language policy is very strict. Protection and preservation of the Lithuanian language and culture is one of our priorities. Minority and regional languages are also cherished. So how to manage this increasing societal multilingualism? What measures have to be taken? Again, the dominance of English, how to handle the dominance of English over the state standard Lithuanian language. So there are lots of issues that we have to face, and higher education institutions, they have their own policy. Usually these are written guidelines or official procedures approved by University Senate, other governing bodies. However, there are also unwritten but followed rules. How many languages should we learn? How much attention should be given to the standard Lithuanian language in all courses? Should foreigners who come to our university learn the Lithuanian language, and so on? Our language policy of our university was developed many years ago in 2008, and then it has been improved with the responding to life changes. And at present, at our university, we offer 30 languages for linguistic, non-linguistic programs, students to learn as their choice. And usually 22 this semester, the 26 are studied. That it means that about 1/3 of our student cohort goes to language courses that are taught in the morning from 8 till 11. However, language optional and obligatory, mandatory language courses is not the only component of language policy, of course, but this is something that is very important, especially at our university. But coming back to the study, we had two aims. The first was to discuss if teachers of higher education institutions in Lithuania are prepared to implement plurilingual approaches in their teaching. That is to discuss the teachers' self-reflected preparation. And another aim was to examine language teacher education programs, pre-service and in-service programs in 2 universities, which are the main Lithuanian teacher education centers, to see if really these higher education institutions equip the prospective teachers to prepare for the challenges of multilingual, multicultural life nowadays. Now, so the first study that we used was actually not for this particular presentation. We participated in 2022-23. We coordinated a European project, Apache, adding plurilingual approaches to language teacher competences in higher education. And together with with other 4, actually there were 5 partners, so with other 4 universities, we designed and implemented a European-wide survey, and we accumulated data from 450 language and not only non-language. Some of them were teachers from higher education. The Lithuanian sample was 17%, and these were higher education teachers, and some of them were teachers of non-linguistic programs, but teachers that grew and or work in Lithuania. So this is the data that I'm going to present from this Lithuanian sample. And then another study, University Philology Program Content Analysis on the course level. And here we analyze the 22 teacher education programs in 2 Lithuanian universities that provide teacher education. The total number of programs was over 1,090. So the first research question, or our hypothesis, was that Lithuanian higher education teachers are acquainted with plurilingual approaches and they use them in their teaching. Now, the teachers were of different ages. You see their work experience, and their work experience was also different. So we received their data from the majority of teachers who already had some experience. As you see, 21 was teachers who have 21% of teachers that had 10, 14 years experience. Then others had over 14, 15. Also, the majority of teachers admitted that they did not work in 63%. They did not work in any other country more than 3 years. They were on different exchange visits, but they did not have this experience of working in another country, which we thought could contribute to their use of plurilingual approaches. Teacher's degree and position was also reflected, and there we see that the majority of them, 41%, were assistant teachers or lecturers. Some of them had their PhD, some of them did not, but they were assistant teachers or lecturers. That was the level
Nemira,
of
you
our
have 2 more minutes.
university. How many?
2 more.
What? 2 more minutes?
Yes.
Okay. So, the main question was if teachers were aware about their plurilingual, if there was a necessity for them, if they expressed a wish to increase their awareness about plurilingual skills. And we see that almost 80% of these teachers admitted that they have this need. Other questions relating to plurilingual awareness and preparation, teacher preparation to teach using plurilingual approaches, and the teachers' attitudes show that the teachers are aware of plurilingual approaches, but that awareness differs. It depends on work experience, on the international mobility, on their educational degree. Teachers use plurilingual approaches. However, this usage also differs depending on their background and experiences. Teachers understand the importance. However, the majority of them admit the necessity to develop their competences. So we can say that the first hypothesis was confirmed partially.